Hey y'all, welcome to the monthly energy report. I'm Peyton and I'm a Pleiadian channel, and we're joined by Corey and Yaila. And today we are going to be bringing you the energy report for April. Now, if y'all have seen any of our past monthly energy reports, you know the drill. We like to read the energy for you from 3 different perspectives. So Corey is going to kick us off today and give us the astrology report for April. Tell us what is happening with the astrology. Then Yaila is going to read the energy of the collective. Tell us what she's getting kind of live on the air. And I will wrap things up by bringing you a monthly message from the Pleiadians. So let us jump right in. We got lots to talk about today. So Corey, why don't you kick us off and tell us what is going on with the astrology?
Hello, everyone. My name is Corey Davidson, and I am an intuitive astrologer. And I'll also be pulling a card at the end, a crystal card, to see what crystal can support us during the month of April 2025. Well, April, it's calming down a little. It's not going to be as big as March, because March was huge. We were in the eclipse season, and we ended a 25,000-year yuga cycle at the end of March, going from darkness to purity. And we're also on the 30th of March, Neptune went into Aries, and that's starting a whole 165-year cycle. So it's in each sign 13, 14 years. So plus the eclipse, it was a big month, March. So we get a little bit of a reprieve in April. It's really a bit of a calming down from March, not a total calm down, but it's a month of reflection as well. We are ending a lot of cycles, as I just mentioned, pardon me, and we are starting new cycles. Never before have we changed this many, planets have changed this many signs at the same time ever in history. So it's big energy. But so April, I will say Mercury and Venus go direct. So we will actually have no planets going retrograde in April. So enjoy it, because the rest of the year, there's some planet that's going to be retrograde. It's 2025 is a reflection year, to say the least. So on the 4th of April, we have Saturn, which is it rules Capricorn, but Saturn is father time, the principle, that goes, young man, you were tardy. You're going to get detention, the restrictor. And Uranus, which rules Aquarius, which it rules electricity, fast moving. And Mars is our output energy. Okay. It's the masculine output energy. We're going to be in what's called a trine, which is an auspicious, like the 4th is an auspicious day. It's favorable. It's good energy to initiate long-term projects, because Saturn is the long-term. Okay? Uranus is now, quick. And Mars is also that now, quick. But Saturn allows it to initiate long-term projects. Okay, that's on the 4th. And then we have on the 7th, Mercury's going to go direct. Woo, woo. I'll tell you what, this Mercury retrograde, it is it's been funky. It's affected like internet. It's it's been affecting me. But Mercury, the mind, going direct in Aries, it could be a little confusing, emotional, intuitive. So Mercury is the mind. So it's also communication. So spirituality, we've been like singing this song, the three of us, for years, actually. Spirituality is the best communication. Communication is, sorry, see, Mercury isn't quite direct yet. Best communication is in the spiritual realm. So if you've been doing the inner work, meditating, doing all the spiritual things, because we have North Node in Pisces, Mercury in Pisces will bring in, going direct, will bring in some beautiful communications from the spirit realm. Then on the 12th, we have a full moon in Libra. And, Libra is relationships, balance. It's the we. That's what Libra represents. Full moons is what we're going to clear. So clearing out relationships that are really not about the we. So relationships, whether it's business, love relationship, friendships, all types of relationships, they're either going to get healed or they're going to go away. So like we've said for years, do the inner work, do the inner work. And if you haven't, you might be on the side of things going away, that aren't meant for you. Okay. And it's also it's a time to look inward. During the whole month of April, looking inward, I'll say, I'll tell you later, but, it's like Pisces is the illusion. It's the mystic. We're in predominantly Pisces and Aries energy, even though the first half, I didn't do that. The first half of April is in Aries, and the second half is going to be in Taurus. We have a lot of heavy Pisces endings and Aries energy beginnings. Okay. So Pisces is that, can be illusion, denial, no boundaries or too strict of boundaries. Okay. Oh, speaking of which, so Venus is going to go direct in Pisces. Also on the day of the full moon in Libra. And but it won't be out of shadow, okay, until May. This is a long shadow. Mercury's usually a couple of weeks. Venus is close to a month. Okay, so it's not going to be in shadow, but it's going to slowly creep forward. So Venus, love, goes direct in Pisces. So what is the truth of love? The truth of love might be revealed because we've been reviewing in Pisces. What do we love? How do we love? If you're on the spiritual journey, maybe it's what type of modality resonates with you. What do you love about it? But Venus in Pisces and it going direct is spiritual love. So universal law, universal love, the higher self, higher learning, higher spiritual love. Okay. So regarding relationships, what will come up is like, what is real? Because Pisces is that illusion. So what is real? What's false? How are your boundaries? Pisces, I have Saturn in Pisces. Very familiar with this. Boundaries, are they too strong? Or do you have none at all? Have you given all your power away to a love? Or have you withdrawn? So whatever is meant to be when it comes to Venus and love, it will come back to you. And if it's not, it's a time to let go, because we're ending those cycles, starting new ones. So pushing, efforting, as we call it, the ladies and I call it efforting. Efforting isn't working. If you noticed, you're trying to push to get something done, get something going, and it hasn't been going. Flow. So if, what is it? Set something free, and if it was meant to be, it will come back to you. That's Venus direct in Pisces. Okay? So on the 13th of April, interesting, this is the Neptune's return for the United States of our Civil War from 1861. So as we, when we have these returns, we have the opportunity to make different choices. Does this mean we're going to go into civil war again? Well, could be. But we can change. We can change that return and choose not to. Okay. But we have Pluto and Aquarius, which is, it's the people, freedom. Okay. So we're redefining it anyways, regardless. So on a personal note, it is the true beginning of a new year without any inner planets in retrograde. So it's a good time to start figuring out what you would like to achieve in 2025. We had the new year, and it didn't feel like a new year. We had some activity going on in the world, and it did not feel like a new year. This is really our true new year when we have the spring equinox going into Aries. So happy New Year, everyone. And then on the 15th, Mercury goes into Aries. Mercury, the mind, Aries, the warrior, the I am. So it's helping to act. And then it's that shadow, right? 2 weeks. But it's activating our thinking with new ideas. So it's very important to do as you say. We also are going to have on the 16th, Mercury conjunct Neptune in Aries. And we've had some of those. Okay. That is the same, I believe, Neptune conjunct Neptune. It was in Pisces the 1st of January. So now it's in Aries. So the 1st of January, we saw a lot of activity around the world, a lot of in Vegas, the Tesla car being blown up. But now it's in Aries. So it's a good time to ask yourself, where have I been fooling myself? Because Mercury in Pisces, like I just said, we can really fool ourselves. We can disillusion ourselves to really believe or dream or deny the truth of what really is going on. So when Mercury goes into Aries, are you fooling yourself? It's good to do that self-reflection when Mercury goes into Aries, because Aries is the me, the I am. And but instead of like falling forward, we'll have the energy to really to move things forward. But before you jump forward, just do some self-reflection. Are you fooling yourself? Do you have boundaries? None at all. And you know what? The Aries never asks for help. Aries is like, I can do it. I can do it all by myself. I'll do it. Ask for help. Ask, there's 3 ladies right here that are happy to help. You can always reach out to one of us. If you're having challenges in that self-reflection or inner reflection, ask for help. Don't do it alone, because the Aries says, I got this. I'll do it all by myself. Don't, that's the thinking. Okay. On the 17th, Mars goes into Leo. Yay. Woo, 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 woo. So on the 17th, energy's going to pick up, boy. Leo's fire. Mars is that output energy. So we're going to have a huge surge of energy. So action, action, action. And that's what that means. And because we have so much of that energy, I've always said, choose your battles. This Aries energy, right? First half Aries. Aries is the warrior. Choose your battles. You're going to, just choose your battles. So be sure to direct your energy in a productive place. Okay. And Leo loves to play. So let yourself play. It's a great time to just go and play. And also, too, love, exciting and new. Good opportunities for love. Leo rules the heart, love, the lion. Okay. So if you're in a relationship and it's going great, maybe you have some challenges, but you make that commitment to see it through. It's great energy for that. And if it isn't working, it just might go away. No efforting, just flow, let go. Because everything is on the spiritual realm right now, like heightened spiritual realm, all the Pisces. Okay. The 19th, sun goes into Taurus. So slow and steady energy. Taurus is that slow and steady. Personal resources, soft and cozy, fuzzy blankets. Then we have, on the 27th, we have the new moon in Taurus. And Taurus also rules finances, long-term finances, like building slow and steady. And so the new moon is a great opportunity to manifest some self-esteem. And, it focuses on food. Get out in nature. We have a lot of energy in April. It's better than March, but we still have a lot of energy. And so that excess energy that we're all going to have, we're going to need to put it somewhere. So getting out in nature. I'm starting a garden. I just got puppies. So, I'm going to be outside a lot. And it's the perfect time. So get into nature. That's the grounding, exercise, get the body moving. Otherwise, it will fester, and projectile vomit in places you don't want it to go. Okay. And of course, Taurus's value. What do you value? Have you been doing the inner work to value yourself for those boundaries? Okay. And last but not least, before I pull a card, Venus is going to go into Aries. So all the Aries, that's the new beginnings, new beginnings. Yes, later on in the year, we will retrograde back to Pisces. However, we're going to get a taste of what these new beginnings and get the opportunity to move towards have those new beginnings. Okay. But Venus going into Aries, me first, this is the Aries. Me first. What do I need? Me. Like, oh, I want to go there. Okay, so it's still the me versus the we. So, however, if you've been doing the inner work, it's wonderful, because you will know, like, what do you need? What do you truly desire? A self-love, but it's also fierce love. Because, Aries is, it's ruled by Mars, the output. And so this month, um, it's going to be a lot of reflection. And if you've been doing a lot of the inner work, it's about kind of reviewing and doing that inner reflection as to how far you've come. What are your new values? Where do you want to go from here? Long-term planning. Now, last but not least, I already said that. I always do that. Towards the ends of the month, with the new moon in Taurus and the sun going into Taurus, and the financial system, we're going to see a lot of news with the finances. But just know that the universe, whether we like it or not, Mother Earth, whether we like it or not, it's cyclical. And we are ending a lot of cycles. And we're having new beginnings. We're going into the new Earth, the new world, the new Yuga cycle, which is purity. So if it is not in purity, it's got to go. So all these new things that are coming up, all the redoing, just accept it. It's going to happen. The more you fight it, more uncomfortable it's going to be. So, because we have the North Node in Pisces and all the Pisces energy, Pisces is that spiritual realm. It can be the escape artist, alcoholism, drug addiction, or it can be the mystic, the direct connection to the creator. So we are being called to up our spiritual game, no matter what's going on in the world. So I'm going to pull a card real quick. This is from the Crystal Intentions Oracle from Margaret Ann Lembo. What crystal can support us? Oh, well, that was easy. Oh, that's the ruby. So, vital life force flows vibrantly through me. I am grateful for my energetic passion for life. That's pretty Aries as well. Improves physical strength and vitality. Increases endurance and passion. Ooh, great for the, the love. Activate productivity and self-motivation. Increases enthusiasm and overall feeling of well-being. So the ruby, which is funny, I almost wore my ruby earrings today, which look a little bit more purpley red. So that's the stone that can, the crystal that can support us this month to help be self-motivated and be productive. And it gives us that feeling of well-being. So that's what I've got. Yaila, you're next.
Thank you, Corey. And it's so funny, as you were sharing your messages, I was already getting some like downloads for what to share. And then you would say something similar to what they're bringing in. So it'll be funny to kind of tie it in. I love it. If you've watched our videos before, you know I tap into the collective energy as we speak. So I will have my eyes closed from time to time. So let me just connect to your energy really, really fast. And the predominant color I was getting for this month was like a really beautiful yellow, kind of a golden yellow. And when they were giving me the image, it was almost like when you watch a fire kind of slowly ignite into something, You know, fire can kind of start as just like a little bit of with a little bit of kindle, and then as you have more things for the fire to actually burn and you're getting the right oxygen, then it really starts to spread. So it kind of feels like the energy is going to start in that way. So as Corey was kind of talking about the energies of April, I was literally being shown this like fire creeping into more of a strong burn. So the predominant color that I get for the month of April is that yellow. And when I asked what that was, it's really connecting into what are you doing in the world? You know, how are you showing up? And it's bringing in that confidence. What is bringing you confidence? And some of that can also tie into a little bit of competition energy. So you might be noticing some competition energy or comparing yourself to where you were before or what you maybe wanted to do, what other people are doing. But that yellow color is really owning your personal power and really stepping into your self-confidence. How are you showing up in the world is going to be a really big theme for the month of April. And I always like to ask, what is helpful for you to know for the month of April? And it's tying into the image of the fire slowly building up its gradual burn. So it's like this nice consistent burn. And when I was asking what that image was all about, it's tying back into those things that you have set in place, those seeds that you've been thinking of this last month or 2 months of what you want to be doing in the world. As long as you have those seeds planted and the foundation and some ideas, the month of April is really going to be almost like trying on a new outfit. You're actually going to be trying on these things, seeing what it's like to embody these new ways of showing up in the world. So what's helpful to know is let that energy of trying on something new, almost like you're trying on a new outfit, be the guiding force. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to lock into it. Just see how it feels, see how it makes you feel. So these situations in your world that you're just trying on, showing up as this new version of yourself, you know, my guides kept reminding me of this year is the year of the snake. So it's shedding the skin, out with the old, creating the new. And so you're still peeling off old layers that you're ready to grow out of, you're ready to expand beyond, but you're still going to be in this phase right now of just trying on not even a whole new identity, but for some of you, maybe it is, but trying on like fully stepping into your most authentic self. And if you've heard, your authentic energy is one of the most potent and powerful energies to embody. So you don't have to buy it, you don't have to own it all the rest of the year, but trying on these new versions of yourself just to see what it looks like. What does it feel like? You know, what feedback are you getting from the outside world as you do that? So that's something helpful to keep in mind for the month of April. I always like to ask what to watch out for. So what to watch out for the month of April. That competition energy might be really, really strong. And I'm hearing comparison and competition. So both of those energies can get us out of our authentic self. So just be mindful of, as you're trying on these other versions of yourself, try not to compare yourself to how other people have done it or what else they're doing or even your old self. It's really just trying on like a brand new outfit. Maybe you had a stylist that showed you or an idea of a new way of being, and you're just trying it on. Just see how genuinely it feels. Because I don't know about you, but I've had friends literally grab something off the shelf that I would never pick myself. When I tried it on, I'm like, actually, I really like this. One of my favorite shirts I have, my friend picked out, and I never would have picked it out myself. And I absolutely love it. So you never know where your inspiration is going to come from. Just be mindful about just that competition energy and comparison energy. And that competition energy, it can be a really dark energy, to be honest with you. When you're trying to compete against other people, it has a heaviness. You know, there's a lot of judgment tied into that. And so watching out for not letting your mind get into judgment, but just true, authentic. How does it feel? How are things showing up? Is this a world space energy that you really want to embody? And you're going to learn so much from just trying on those different versions of yourself from the seeds that you've been planting and the awarenesses that you've been gaining these last month or two. Last question I like to ask is any final messages for the month of April 2025. We are just rolling through this year. Any last messages? I'm hearing it's safe to truly stand in your power. So as Corey was mentioning, bringing in those spiritual gifts, those intuitive gifts, what I'm seeing on the collective is a lot of us are raising our consciousness. And another way of thinking it, not just higher vibration. It's not going higher than less than people, but when I think of higher, I think of like a deeper understanding. So you're deepening in your consciousness, you're deepening in your spirituality. And something that is helpful for you to know as well is owning your power to fully step into embodying that. We are all spiritual beings. We all have these different capabilities. So look for those people, places, and things that are helping you strengthen your personal power, like true, authentic power, not just in a competing way of, oh, I'm better than her or him because of XYZ, but it's like, no, what's truly helping you call back your power, own your power, and really own your connection to the divine, your connection to the nature, your connection to people in your life that you care about, your connection to yourself. I'm hearing a lot of self-love happening in the month of April. And Corey also mentioned doing something physical, taking care of yourself, bringing in that energy of confidence. What are those things that really help you boost your confidence mentally, physically, spiritually, and mentally? So that's going to be your homework for the month of April, really owning what makes you feel confident in those areas, and wishing you the best of luck. If you are interested in expanding on some of those things, I am going to be launching an energy hygiene course in April. If you want more information, it'll be in my description on my video. But that is what I have for the collective for the month of April. Peyton, what do the P's have to say?
Thank you, ladies. I always love to hear what y'all are getting and see how it dovetails with what the P's are bringing into us for the month of April. So when I checked in with the Pleiadians, they had kind of three main points for us for what they were seeing in our collective energy for the month of April. And the first thing they wanted to point out is something you have no doubt been noticing if you have a physical body, and that is that the energies are accelerating. And we have seen this in all of our tools, our Schumann resonance, our solar measurements. These past couple weeks have been intense. And so the P's wanted to help us understand kind of what that meant energetically. So as we're looking at all this acceleration in our planetary energies, according to the Pleiadians, what these energies are doing in part is resetting our physical bodies. We are going through a major physical overhaul. And as you can imagine, this isn't always a good time. So these energies have been particularly rough on the physical body over the past week or two. And so some of the things that can pop up in these energies are things that are a little strange. They are things that we don't always associate with being energy symptoms. So some of the things you may notice in this energy is flashes of dizziness. I keep getting panicked text messages from my husband asking me to check his energy because he feels dizzy. So these energies can really kind of mess with our sense of orientation, just where we are in our physical bodies. It's something that can be kind of aggravated when the energies are as intense as they are right now. We're also noticing that these energies can mess with our water levels in our body. So a lot of us are feeling dehydrated, or on the other end of the scale, you may feel very bloated. It's like the energies are kind of messing with your body's fluid levels, which is a little unusual. It's something that the energies don't always do. So we're going to see some unusual physical manifestations of these new energies because we're being rebuilt. Our body is being restructured. And so there's just going to take a little while for the physical body to catch up with all of that. So the P's just wanted us to understand, in case you're experiencing any kind of bodily weirdness, that the energies may be playing a part in that. So the P's always encourage us to just take care of our bodies, as the ladies were mentioning, nurturing yourself, listening to what your body needs will help you kind of move through these energies without getting frustrated with your body, because it can be easy to do that when the body is feeling the strain of the energies. Now, the second thing that the P's wanted to talk to us about for April is kind of what their main message is to us right now. And this is something they've been touching on for at least 5 years, but they're saying this with increased urgency. So whenever they start to repeat themselves, I know that they're serious about something. So what they wanted to talk to us about in the April energies was fear. So they see a lot of fear energy in the human collective right now. And this can take lots of forms, whether you are getting stressed out by what you see in the world around you, those global stories, or whether you're stressed out about something in the body, something that's going on with you, your health is stressing you out, something's going on in your life. This can show up in lots of different ways. But what the P's wanted us to understand is wherever we are being put in fear from things in our life, this is giving us a very important message. It's showing us where we have fear energy that's in our field. And this energy may be conscious or it may be unconscious. But what happens when we have a lot of fear energy in our field, it's very dense energy. So this is energy that anchors us to lower timelines without us realizing it. And as we move forward throughout the rest of 2025, the P's say that we're going to have some opportunities to make major quantum jumps, major timeline jumps. But we're not going to be able to do that if we're holding fear energy. It will literally hold us back. So this is never to put us in fear of our fear, but to help us understand the importance of processing and integrating any fear energy that is active in you right now. And the way you know this is, what are you freaked out about? If you got a long list of things that are stressing you out, you probably have some fear energy that is just asking to be released. So if this is you and you're one of the many who are feeling stressed out by things in the world right now, things in your life kind of seem to be boiling over, it can be very helpful to integrate and process this fear energy. Because unfortunately, as the P's have been telling us very gently for years now, but now in an increasingly loud voice, you can't take fear energy with you into 5D. It cannot go. Which means if you're holding a lot of fear energy in your field, and you know that just by what your life is reflecting to you, it's gonna hold you back onto slower timelines and lower timelines because it's just a very dense energy. So if you're feeling a lot of fear energy right now, all this is the universe saying, hello, you may want to take a look over here and release some of this energy. So it's very, very important because most of us, if we've been doing our spiritual work for a while, we want to move forward to our highest timeline. It's what we talk about all the time in the spiritual community. But fear energy can keep you from doing that. So it's a very important energy for us to identify, just figure out if you're running it, and if so, to integrate it and release it. So the tool for doing this is what the Pleiadians often call integration. And if you need some help with this, I talk a lot about this in my YouTube videos, the ones titled Pleiadian POV. The P's have been talking a lot about how to release this. There's a very specific process for doing this. So check out those videos if you need some extra help with this. But the P's are bringing our attention to the topic of fear just so that we can start to break this down and release it, so that we can take advantage of all the energetic opportunities that are going to be coming up over the coming weeks and months. You don't want to miss out on that because you're holding those just dense fear anchors to the 3D timelines. So time to let those go. They got to go. So that's the main point the P's wanted to share with us in April. And then the last little thing that they kind of wanted to throw out as something that we may be noticing in the April energies is that a lot of light workers and star seeds are going to be called to kind of isolate themselves. pull back from some of the craziness in the world around you, from being in those environments around those people that have unstable energy or just have chosen very dense timelines. They say all of that mixing it up in 3D isn't going to serve us. All it's going to do is lower our vibration. So the P's wanted to prepare us that many of us are going to start to feel, although a lot of us have been feeling this for a couple months already, just kind of feeling inspired to isolate yourself a little bit from some of the drama in the life in your world around you. So some of that is just going to not be helpful to you in keeping your vibration high. And as light workers and starseeds, that's our main job, is to hold our frequency. That's how we are of service to the collective. And if we're out there playing with all the dramatic storylines of the world around us, getting distracted, losing our vibration, we can't be of service the way we intended to be. So just keeping an eye on pulling back a little bit if that feels good to you, just isolating a little bit, maybe pulling back, staying out of some of the craziness. It can be very helpful to your vibration to do that. It's something that is going to serve a purpose if you are one of the people who feel inspired to do that. Not everyone will, but a lot of people are starting to notice this. So that is what the P's had for you for the April energies. They are gonna be exciting, y'all. So ladies, is there anything else that you want to throw in for the April energies? Nope, we're good. We've covered it. Awesome. Love it when that happens. Well, thank y'all so much for watching our videos. We really do appreciate it, and we appreciate you guys. And we love it when you share our videos, when you subscribe to our channels. Make sure you do if you haven't done that yet. We all share different videos, so you'll get very different content. And as always, we love your comments. We try to answer as many of them as we can. So if you've got questions about what you hear us talking about, don't be shy. We will try to answer your questions as best we can. So we will wish you a wonderful April, and we will see you next month. Bye, y'all.